I'd like to ask the Minister for Health and Social Care whether the mutually agreed resignation scheme is manageable and sustainable for his department.
On the Minister for Health and Social Care, Mr Ashford, to reply.
Thank you, Mr President. The mutually agreed resignation scheme in place for the department is based upon the scheme offered to employees of the Public Services Commission. The scheme is designed to provide a means to facilitate staff changes while ensuring affected staff are treated equitably. All applications are scrutinised by a panel of senior officers from the Department, Treasury and the Cabinet Office, and decisions are made on an individual basis on the merit of each application. I assume the question relates to the financial sustainability of the scheme. The financial impact of each proposal is given careful consideration by the panel, and the cost of an accepted application would usually be expected to be recovered through savings, normally over 1 year or less.
Supplementary, Ms August-Hanson.
Thank you, Mr President. Following information that's been released after a Freedom of Information request, can the Minister please explain how many people did the near 600,000 sum cover, and how does the money paid out to staff leaving their post in the department under the scheme compare with the previous year, over the last year?
Minister to reply.
Thank you, Mr President. The figures that I've got in front of me that I can give the Honourable Member for Council, because she asked about the sustainability of the scheme. So, for instance, if we take first of all a look at the DHSC scheme, the amount of Mars settlements offered under those arrangements from the 1st of April 2017 to the 9th of May 2018 is £673,343. The estimated annual savings related to those posts where an offer has been made is £607,366. So by not replacing those posts, Mr President, in the space of near enough 1 year, we make the saving back. In relation to the PSC scheme, the amount of Mars payments offered under the PSC scheme for the same period between the 1st of April 2017 to the 9th of May 2018 is £75,155. Of that amount, currently, 50,538 has been accepted, agreed and signed. The estimated annual savings related to those posts where an offer has been made is 75,155. So we make it back in 1 year. And after that, Mr President, when the posts are not filled, then obviously it is a saving to the department. I believe the scheme is sustainable, and I do believe it is the right way forward.
Supplementary question, Miss Edge.
Thank you, Mr President. Can the Minister confirm, with regards to the actual lump sum payment that employees receive, that it is his department that have paid this from this scheme within health, or does it come out of another budget stream within Treasury?
Minister.
Mr President, it depends on if there is budget available within the department. In the case of the ones, the information I have to hand is that the department has paid it out of the existing budget. It is the department is going to find a saving going forward, and in relation to the individual posts that have gone, they are all assessed beforehand. We look at the structure, and that is something that should be constantly ongoing with the Department of Health and Social Care. We should never be sat on our laurels, Mr President. We should be constantly looking at our structure and making sure that it's fit for purpose. As I said in a previous debate here, we need a health service for the 21st, fit for the 21st century, and in order to do that, it means we need a structure fit for the 21st century as well.
Honourable Member for Ayr and Michael, Mr Baker.
Thank you, Mr President. Would the Minister agree with me that in order to ensure he has that fit-for-purpose structure, he needs to have the flexibility to be able to change that structure over time, and that something like the Mars scheme is an essential tool to be able to do that, whilst at the same time respecting the rights that the employees have accrued over their service with the department?
Mr Ashford.
Happy to agree, Mr President.
Further supplementary, Miss Edge.
Thank you, Mr President. And totally agree that there should be flexibility within structures. I suppose the question that I need to ask the Minister is it fair on the Department of Health's budget that he has had to make these savings when other departments across government... You stated that you've made them payments out of your budget, so you've made them out of your budget, whereas other government departments don't have to make Mars payments out of their own budgets. Is that fair when we've already got a stretched DHSC?
Mr President, maybe I should be absolutely clear on that. Obviously, the department came to this Honourable Court for a supplementary vote earlier in this year, and the supplementary vote was agreed up to 9.5 million. As I said at the time, the expectation was that the forecast for the department at the end of the year wasn't going to reach that full 9.5 million. So that left a balance in which we were able to meet the settlements concerned. So it's not a case of the Department of Health and Social Care being treated any differently to any other government department, Mr. President. It's the fact that due to that supplementary vote that was already there was the ability and flexibility to meet those payments.